Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and this is my 7th episode of my DLC delving series. And on this episode, I'm going to be covering the map Parish. Now, this map is located in New Orleans, Louisiana, and it is an absolutely tiny map in comparison to all the other ones that were released on this content drop. This content drop featured Boardwalk, Gulch, Parish, Offshore, and another map. Which one was it? Decommission. Those were the maps that were featured on this collection drop, I should say. So Parish was the smallest out of all of those, and because of its size, it plays so fast-paced that your loadouts really have to reflect that. Shotguns and submachine guns perform very well on this map. Probably better than any other small map. Even more so than Dome, believe it or not. Because Dome has, at least it has some sightlines that are fairly long on some instances, but Parish just has very few long sightlines. And if they are a little bit long, submachine guns still have a little bit of range, so, you know, it will definitely not affect the submachine gun's range that much, even when you're using a suppressed submachine gun. So, this map, I would strongly recommend just using SMGs or shotguns. Light machine guns do not do well on this map at all. They make you very sluggish. Unless if you use speed, and even then, you will just not have that much luck with a light machine gun on this map. Unless if you're camping and holding down an area. And, obviously it pretty much goes without saying that sniper rifles are not a good choice on this map either. And if you are going to choose an assault rifle, believe it or not, I would not use the ACR 6.8, the CM901, the AK-47, the type of assault rifles that have a slow rate of fire. Even if you have quick draw, you might lose some gunfights to SMGs using those assault rifles I just mentioned. If you do want to equip a sniper rifle, I would definitely consider equipping either the M4 with quick draw, or the FAD, and the Scar L. Those weapons perform very well, and one of my favorite weapons to use on Team Deathmatch on this map is definitely the Scar L. It just has the right amount of stopping power and balance of that and the rate of fire as well. So it really helps to use the Scar on Team Deathmatch specifically, because there are not that many people rushing to an objective on that particular mode. If you're playing domination though, this map is all about the defense. This map is defense. I cannot stress that enough. You just have to defend the flags that you capture, because since the map is actually smaller than Dome, the flags are closer together. And so once the team has 2 flags, it's easy for them to get the center flag. So what I would recommend is capturing Charlie and Alpha, and then leaving Bravo to them and basically spawn trapping him in this area that I'm holding down right now. Because as you see right now, what's going on is that I am trapped in this area. I mean, I'm getting hit with grenades and gunfire everywhere, and it was kind of a miracle that I survived as long as I did, because it was just insane how much shit happens on this portion of the map. It's just really tough. So that's why I would recommend holding Charlie and Alpha, and in that case then you'll be able to hold them into this small area, and they're really exposed to aerial kill streaks and also to support kill streaks as well. So those are 2 things to keep in mind about that area. You know, just defend your flags and then hold them to the Bravo flag if you're playing domination. Capture the flag plays very quick on this map too. For objectives, it's the fastest paced map that I have played on Modern Warfare 3 for a long time. And that's why I was playing very cautious near this Alpha flag and near the Bravo flag, because they're literally right across from each other. I mean, you cross over this hovercraft over here, and then the flag is right around the next corner. So definitely holding this area down for domination works very well. Also, if you do happen to lose Alpha and you have Charlie, it's good to hold this particular area down, because then you can trap him at Alpha before they even get a chance to go to Charlie, and then hopefully you have a good enough team that they will actually go and take care of the church side and make sure that, you know, Charlie's not taken from that end. And then of course they can hold Bravo as well by the water fountain. So there's just a lot of cool stuff on this map for it being so small. And a lot of the places you can hold down with your team, and the flanking routes are pretty fast paced as well. So if you do want to flank, Assassin is your best bet. Assassin and Sitrep, because that way you could get around Claymores with Sitrep, obviously, and the UAV will not make people, you know, try to look out for you, and their portable radars won't have any effect on you. So that will definitely help if you're more of a flanker. If you're more of a run and gun type player, then definitely throw on quick draw and steady aim and sleight of hand. Just make yourself as mobile as you possibly can with a submachine gun, and pick a submachine gun that is, you know, decent with the rate of fire and damage and accuracy. Obviously, you can't go wrong with the MP7, even though you will lose gunfights with the MP7 to the PP90M1 and the P90, and also the PM9. So if you do want to win more gunfights up close with that loadout, that nimble loadout that I just mentioned, I would definitely recommend something like the PP90M1, the P90, and, you know, the PM9 works well. It just, you know, focus on the PM9 will probably work better on this map than the PM9 with the suppressor and range, for example. So those are some things to keep in mind when you are using submachine guns on this map. Now, shotguns, on the other hand, those take a little bit of skill to use on this map, unless if you're obviously using something like the Striker. The Striker will be fairly easy to use just because, well, it's an easy shotgun to use anyway, and you'll just be able to spam the trigger when you come around the corner. So if you are going to use a shotgun, and, you know, don't try to make it too hard on yourself. You know, use something like the AA-12, the USAS, or the Striker. Those shotguns perform pretty well on this map. The SPAS-12 and the 1887, those are tougher to use. The KSG as well, because they are pump action, and it will make it very difficult for you to kill your enemy with the follow-up shot if you miss your first shot. So definitely consider the shotguns that have a high rate of fire, or the ones that you can spam the trigger with, obviously. And damage works very well with the shotguns on this map, because the close quarters areas are pretty close quarters, so they will definitely do well with damage over range. And I mean, those are the weapon recommendations for this map. Now, as far as the perks are concerned, as I mentioned, something that makes you very nimble will not work against you on this map. Simply because you will be running into somebody almost every second. And perks like Assassin or Blast Shield will make you aim down sights slower, obviously, so that will hamper you from getting those shots on target as fast as you need to. So if you are going to be using submachine guns or assault rifles with a high rate of fire, I would definitely recommend using quick draw on this map. In this particular gameplay here, I'm using the MP7 with a suppressor, range, and for my perks I'm using Scavenger, Assassin, and Sitrep. Now, I'm playing a more defensive role, and that's why I'm using Assassin. But almost every other time that I play this map, I like to run quick draw and steady aim. That way I will never be caught off guard. Also, sleight of hand works really, really well on this map as well. So, I hope that these tips helped you guys on Parish. Stay tuned for my next episode. And until next time, this has been MazezRealm. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm out.